Morning. My name is Ken Johnson, and on behalf of our conductor Vic Anderson and the Yorkville Community Band, I welcome you to this wonderful celebration of our nation's Day of Independence. It's good to be back. As we traditionally do, we will start today's program with a stirring rendition of our nation's anthem arranged by Dr. Jack Stamp. Please stand if you are able and join in the singing with the Yorkville teacher, Mrs. Ashley Badger, our nation's anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Didn't she do an awesome job? Yeah. This year marks the 29th year of patriotic celebration with the Yorkville Community Band. We are thrilled to be back performing for you today and wish you a happy Independence Day. Our program today includes music of American composers, folk songs, marches, and nationalism, so sit back, relax, soak in the patriotic melodies and sounds, and enjoy your very own Yorkville Community Band. Our opening selection was, of course, none other than the Washington Post March by John Philip Sousa. During the 1880s, several Washington, D.C. newspapers competed for public favor. One of these, the Washington Post, organized and sponsored an essay contest for school children. Frank Haddon and Beriah Wilkins, owners of the newspaper, asked Sousa, then the leader of the Marine Band, to compose a march for the award ceremony. Next to the Stars and Stripes Forever, the Washington Post has been Sousa's most widely known march. He delighted in telling how he had heard it in so many different countries, played in so many ways, and often accredited to native composers. It was a standard at Sousa Band performances and was often openly demanded when not scheduled for a program. It was painful for Sousa to relate that, like Semper Fidelis and other marches of that period, he received a whopping $35 for it, while the publisher made a fortune. Next, the band would like to play for you a piece written as a tribute to our military members, beginning with a rhythmic engineerized Morse code statement spelling out USA. This piece, entitled Those Who Serve, quotes each of the military themes as well as the Star-Spangled Banner. The band would like to thank all of our servicemen and women with Stephen Malilo's original band piece titled Those Who Serve. Thank you, band, and thank you to all who served. Next, the band would like to play a tango for you. While the tango is not associated with either Independence Day or American patriotism, this piece entitled A Little Tango Music is fun and in a unique style that is befitting for a summer concert in the park. Inspired by Bizet, Debussy, Ravel, Stravinsky, and Astor Piazzolla, this miniature suite of 3 movements attempts to show, in a trio of snapshots, the varied moods and colors of a tango. Here is composer Adam Gorb's tribute to the famous Argentinian dance entitled A Little Tango Music. That was fun. Thank you very much. Well, now it's time for another march. While this march is not a John Philip Sousa march, it is from the pen of another very prolific march composer, one that is not unfamiliar to our Yorkville Community Band concerts, Henry Fillmore. This march, entitled Roaring Thunder, belongs to the genre of circus marches known as screamers. Screamers are marches which are traditionally faster than the traditional military march and are intended to stir the audience up into a frenzy. So, here we go, band. Buckle up and take it away. That was screaming, all right. Next, the Yorkville Community Band would like to perform for you a medley of patriotic and folk songs that were originally written for one of the world's premier brass ensembles, the Canadian Brass. This band arrangement features the songs American Patrol, Home on the Range, You're a Grand Old Flag, Yankee Doodle Boy, Simple Gifts, and the Stars and Stripes Forever. We hope that this medley conjures powerful images of our shared history of the great mythical West of the 19th century, the bustling days of early Broadway, the white latest bandshell in the town park, the rigorously simple rural church services of the previous century, patriotic parades on the town square, and hundreds of other images of our collective American consciousness. Even if very few of us have personal memories of such scenes, they live in our national nostalgia of what it means to be an American and capture the essence of American spirit in national celebrations like today. Please enjoy a musical tour of the ages with John Moss's arrangement of Red, White, and Brass. know, it's okay to join in. Yeah, you don't have to wait for me to prompt you. All right, do you like what you hear today? Is this an important tradition for you? For all of us up here performing, this band is our opportunity to serve the community. It's a musical enjoyment, an educational experience, and an annual challenge. It is patriotism, and most of all, it's just fun. 29 years ago, our founders, Linda Dewey and Susan Munson, started this band as a parade entry. And now it's an integral part of the United City of Yorkville celebration of Independence Day. Thank you, Linda, thank you, Susan, and thank you, band. Now comes the important part. If this is really important to you, please consider making a donation today. There are donation boxes going to be passed around, and it's only possible to have this by your generous donations and our annual sponsors. Thank you to our 2021 Yorkville Community Band sponsors, Countryside Veterinary Clinic, John and Carol Scholes, Joel and Nancy Otteson, and the Yorkville Community Unit School District 115. We would also like to thank Stan and Debbie Stadell for providing water for us at the end of the parade. And finally, thank you to Mark Friel, our equipment manager. The last 16 months have been difficult for us all, between political unrest, social justice, and worldwide pandemic. It has been an emotional trial, to say the least. Rossano Gulante, the composer of this next piece entitled Redemption, describes the compositions as a lyrical, lush, romantic composition that captures the euphoria one experiences after being saved from an emotional crisis. Sweeping melodic lines and rich scoring will catapult the ensemble and audience to emotional ecstasy. Please join the band in escaping the past 16 months. Let us be captivated in the music and in this moment with Rossano Galante's beautiful Redemption. The next selection is, guess what? Another Sousa march. The Gallant 7th March is regarded as one of Sousa's finest and certainly one of his most vigorous. Sousa composed this march while he was recuperating from a broken neck after being thrown from a horse. The march takes its title from the 7th Regiment, 107th Infantry of the New York National Guard, whose history may be traced back to the Civil War. The conductor of the famous 7th Regiment Band was Major Francis Sutherland, a former Sousa's cornetist. Although less than 7 other composers have written marches for this regiment, Sousa's was the only one to gain wide acceptance, and Sousa was named honorary bandmaster of the regiment. By the way, did you know that the largest collection of Sousa original arrangements and other memorabilia is located right here in Illinois? The Sousa Archives and Center for American Music, housed in the Harding Band Building on the campus of the University of Illinois, was organized in 1994 and is open to the public. Some of our very own Yorkville High School band students have been fortunate enough to have a private tour of the collection and even the opportunity to see and play historical instruments that were used in Sousa's band. The U of I archives are a marvelous collection and a fantastic resource for all of Sousa and band music enthusiasts. And now to conduct John Philip Sousa's The Gallant 7th March, please welcome to the podium Yorkville High School Associate Band Director, Mr. Bobby Vriesen. Thank you, band, and thank you, Mr. Parisen. Next, the band would like to play a fun novelty piece paying tribute to the olden days when people had to cross the railroad lines to change platforms. Written in a boogie-woogie style, this piece was originally written for the Fine Arts Brass BBC radio series many years ago. The band has had fun preparing this piece, and we hope you enjoy it as well. Here is the Clear the Line Boogie by Stephen Roberts. You all set? All aboard! All right, the next selection we will perform is an important tradition for us to honor those who have served in the military. It is entitled the Armed Forces Salute. This compilation of tunes features the hymns and anthems from the United States Armed Forces. You will hear Quezon Song, Semper Paratus, the Marine Hymn, the U.S. Air Force, and Anchors Away. We encourage all of you who did serve and have served in the armed forces to stand if you're able and be recognized when your military anthem is played by the band. It is because of you that we continue to celebrate our independence. The United States Army. United States Coast Guard. United States Marines. United States Air Force. United States Navy. hope you've been enjoying today's performance. If you have, please consider making a donation to the band so we may continue this wonderful tradition for another 29 years. Oh, I heard some phones. Come on. Mrs. Julia Ward Howe wrote the Battle Hymn of the Republic on November 19, 1861. The day after she attended a review of the troops, which was interrupted and discontinued due to some sudden enemy movement, forcing all civilians to return home. Faced with a long and tedious carriage ride, Mrs. Howe and her companions began to sing snippets of Army songs, including John Brown's Body Lies Moldering in the Ground. After retiring for the night, Mrs. Howe awoke in the gray of twilight as poetic words spun themselves into meaningful verses. This composition, written by Timothy Loest, school teacher in Itasca, Illinois, is entitled Battle Hymn Epic. It depicts the experiences of Mrs. Julia Ward Howe and commemorates those who fought and died to preserve our union. Thank you, band. We thank you for being a terrific audience today, even though I had to prompt you a couple times. Come on. If you haven't gotten your fill of live music today, we would like to remind you and invite you to the Yorkville Big Band concert tonight at 8 p.m. to kick off the fireworks. The Big Band, also under the direction of Victor Anderson, will be performing big band hits such as In the Mood, String of Pearls, Come Fly With Me, and American Patrol in the parking lot of the Nelson Funeral Home from 8 to 10. On behalf of Victor Anderson, the Yorkville Community Band, and myself, we wish you a happy 4th of July, and as our tradition, we will end this concert in the park and send you on the rest of your celebrations with the most popular march ever written, our national march, John Philip Sousa's The Stars and Stripes Forever, and I want to hear some participation on this one. What a great job. And audience, you finally got it. Way to go.